the golden arches, the big purple bells, the famous BQ. You see them in almost every city that we drive through. Yep, you guessed it, those fast food joints. Or I could appropriately say fast food joints. We say that their food is bad for us, and yet we still go back time and again for just one more meal. As the number of fast food restaurants increases in our country, so does our pant size. According to Lynn Hitz, author of Design Articles, obesity now affects approximately 60 million people in our country alone. Some will argue that they don't coincide with one another, but I beg to differ. Our obesity rate in America is skyrocketing, and with that, we're just raising a fatter future generation. So when will it stop, or is it too late to stop it at all? We can't eliminate our obesity altogether, but we can at least slow it down by reducing the number of fast food restaurants nationwide while raising the prices of fatty, unhealthy foods while lowering the prices of healthy foods. Some will argue that it's not the fast food to blame for our obesity definition, but instead they point the blame towards the people who lack the willpower to resist it. While this is a convincing argument, it becomes less convincing as we look at some numbers. In the time span from 1971 to 74, the percentage of obese children and adolescents ages 6 to 19 was on average 5% nationwide. Just over 20 years later, it grew up to 16% in the years 1999 to 2002. Well, 2002 was 9 years ago. Going off of that data, we can estimate that by today, our obesity percentage has risen by an average of 3.08%, leading us to a rate that's about 27% today. According to Ronnie Karen Raven, writer of the New York Times, ninth graders whose schools are within a block of a fast food outlet are more likely to be obese later in life than students whose schools are a quarter of a mile away or farther. This is, in my belief, is due to our laziness that we have acquired because of our easy access to fast food. With its growing accessibility, fast food has become an easy fix for dinner, or any meal of the day, really. I will admit to it, after a long day at school and then going to practice, the last thing that I want to do is go home and cook a heart-healthy meal. I just want something quick and easy, and it'll fill me up. But that's exactly the problem. As our country grows, so do our fast-paced lives. School, work, soccer practice, piano lessons. We get so caught up in everything around us, we don't stop to think what we're putting in our stomach or the stomachs of our children for that matter. Our focus nowadays is the cost of food and its convenience in our lives. Fast food restaurants now offer hot breakfasts to those who are on their way to work. I mean, first meal of the day, you're on your way to work. I mean, you can't get it better than getting a hot meal in your car. But they don't tell you that the fat builds up in your arteries and hurts your heart. And all they tell you is, have a nice day. While I understand that fast food restaurants don't kill people, I also understand that we're human and we make mistakes. One of our biggest mistakes now is that we have let this fast food take over, and we have been lacking the responsibility of our actions. By reducing the number of fast food restaurants, yes, we may make the public a little upset by taking their convenience in every way, but ultimately it would benefit the public more than they realize. The cost of healthy foods would go down while our unhealthy fatty foods would be more expensive. By doing this, our youth would do better in school and our economies would prosper. Take an example. A single mother is working 2 jobs trying to feed her 4 young children. She is most concerned with getting a lot of money for not a lot of, or a lot of food for not a lot of money. She could go 2 different routes. One, leaving her 4 kids to have maybe early health problems, or the other would guarantee her kids to grow up strong and healthy. Well, any parent wants their kids to grow up strong and healthy, so the logical answer would be answer 2. So by reducing the temptation of quick, easy convenience meals of fast food restaurants, and teaching parents that you can go to the grocery store and get more for less, she can stock up on cheap, healthy food to feed your children. Those children, getting the nutrients that they need, will go to school and be successful. This success would then move them to getting into college and then going on and getting a successful career. If this is taught throughout our nation, our economy would thrive because of it, and our crime rate would hopefully go down long term because of the new way we'd be raising our future generations. So in conclusion, reducing the number of fast food restaurants while lowering the cost of healthy foods would not only make our nation become healthier physically, but it would also make us healthier economically as well. We have just been so caught up in our fast-paced lives that we haven't been able to see it. And hopefully one day where those golden arches stand or that purple bell awaits us, hopefully a healthy food market will one day thrive.